Hey guys, this is Vess and welcome back to another Artist Talk. This time I'm thinking Kickstarter or nah. I did a Kickstarter last year and I was meaning to make this video, because I was anxious the whole time. Kickstarter is something that a lot of indie comic creators, artists in general, creators in general of all sorts, they go to and they make these they make their things, they post it up on Kickstarter, and either fans or people who gloom over it, they put in money towards it so that it can meet its goal, and boom, you have your Kickstarter done. Now, I had a hard time. I'm just gonna say that for one thing. I don't know around the time if you guys were following my Instagram, but I was shocked to see how many supporters were there to help me out. My goal was 500 for the time. I did a Kickstarter a long time ago to start off Celestial Post, and I made a extreme it was like, I don't think I would have ever met that for my first time, because nobody really knew about Celestial Post and stuff. So that's something that that didn't get funded at all, and that was my first Kickstarter. That was my mistake. And you know, there's things that I did learn from Kickstarter that I want to explain to you guys about, so yeah, the first one was really bad. The goal was crazy. I feel like with goals, like if you want to make a goal and you're new and stuff like that, you need to build your viewer base and build relationships with people and stuff like that, so that you could be able to have, the stuff that you're wanting to get funded. I know before you even put out a Kickstarter, you need to have some type of build up base. And what I mean by build up, I mean is you're gonna advertise yourself like crazy. Like, you need to say, hey, I'm gonna start a Kickstarter, this is what I'm doing, this is a demo of what it is, and it's gonna come out soon. And just say it's gonna come out soon. And then try to make a date for yourself, so that when you're ready to go ahead and do your Kickstarter, you want to have like maybe a Kickstarter party. And what I mean by Kickstarter party is it's like either you go live stream or you go Kickstarter live stream, and you talk about your product, what it is, you interact with the people that are asking you questions and stuff like that, and that's how you basically build up what is supposed to be. Another thing that I think is important is when you're starting off your Kickstarter and you're like building the page and stuff like that, they do have a preview page, so you can send that link out to a lot of people and say, hey, what do you think about it, and they can give you feedback and all that good stuff. And another cool thing about it is they can follow it, so that when you do put out your Kickstarter, they get that link that says, hey, they it's live, so it goes straight to their email, and then they can go to Kickstarter and get that information. So that's a cool little couple of nifty things that I know what you should do in the beginning of your Kickstarter. Another thing that I feel is very important is email base. I know this is weird and people's like, really, Vess, emails? But yes, emails is something that really helps. I don't know if anybody does this type of stuff, but when I'm in conventions and stuff, I have this little, this little box, and it says, if you want more Celestial Pulse and anything else, add your email, become part of a subscription for your email. And I use this thing called MailChimp. Yeah, MailChimp. And what it does is I can create one email and it mass produces to everybody. And the cool part is it has my original Gmail and stuff like that, my business one, so that I could be able to connect with the posters that decided to sign up for that email thing. Another thing that I do is every time I sell a book, I always ask, hey, do you want to add your email? And with that, I can use that as a subscription base. So I mentioned MailChimp because when I went to go ahead and start my Kickstarter, with that pre-phrase, that that pre-phase that you want to go through, which is just promoting yourself and getting yourself out there. That's a perfect way to post like a little poster of what you're gonna do, and what is this about, and your funding, and take a look at my Kickstarter page and give me some feedback, and you can blast that out to all your email people. I always recommend always doing it to family also. I know they don't like it, but I noticed that family are very supportive. Most of what happens with me and Celestial Post and how I get more posts is because family talks. So family is like the perfect thing that you want to add to that mailer list, and it sends out that blast, and people will check it out. I guarantee it. They open it most of the time, and I use it for any Celestial posting. I don't spam people. I only do it when I want to A, do a Kickstarter, and B, tell them upcoming informations on conventions. That's it. I think I only send out maybe 3 or 4 emails a year, and I know it's creepy and weird because it's like, really, Vess, wouldn't you be spamming? No, I wouldn't spam anybody. That's horrible. I don't even like spamming people spamming me. So why would I do it, right? But yeah, don't be a spam-aholic. Just do it once. And then when you're ready to say is live, you can send another email. And this email thing really works. Like, it, honestly speaking, works really good, and I didn't expect it to work that good. So yes, definitely keep email base in your mind. And if you're doing things online and you have your supporters, you can also ask your supporters if they want to be part of your email subscription and stuff. Another cool thing about Kickstarter is when you do go live and people do they go ahead and they like, yeah, I'll pay for this and this and this. When it comes around the time to do your surveys, you can also ask for emails there so that they could be part of the list and they can never miss out if you tend to do another Kickstarter. So yeah, just keep that all in mind. Again, when I went live, it's like watching grass grow. And it's very heart-wrenching because you don't know what's going to happen in the first couple of hours. So for me, I think I came up to like maybe $200 because my goal was 500, and that was just to print out book 5. The other books were already covered because I had money set to the side for the other books. This is why I think it's very important that if you're doing comics, you have a bank account for your comics, or you have a savings account inside your bank account for your comics, because you want to have that money saved up so that when you're ready to go ahead and you do your thing, it will never, like, your money flow is all right. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I like to add some of what we have like into that savings so that I could always have money flow in there, you know? So that's why I think it's important to have a bank account. But again, I was just doing book 5, and then I was doing other Celestial Post bundles and stuff there so that I can, add it, because I already had some in my collection. So I was going to go ahead and do another refresh of buying and getting everything pushed out. And then I added little goodies, like I added bookmarks and I added trading cards. And you can find out how to do these type of things just by looking online. I don't know if I said this before, but I used Uprint for the bookmarks, and I used this other company. If I could find this right, it's gonna be around here. I used that company to make the trading cards, and the cards came out really beautiful. So that's the thing about goals. Now for stretch goals, I personally didn't know what to do for stretch goals, and the simple fact was I didn't think I was gonna make it over the mark. So what happened was, when I did make it over the mark, I decided to make mini comics, because at the same time I was doing the Kickstarter, I had a convention, and one of the artists, her name is Kelsick or Kelly, something like that. I'm going to put her information here. And she was teaching people how to make mini comics with just paper, and you can fold it like origami shape, so you can make it comics. And that became a stretch goal. So if you're thinking about doing stretch goals, I feel personally, you should talk to your community. You should talk to your friends, your artist friends and stuff like that, to try to get a little bit of ideas of what they do and how to do things uniquely, so that you'll be standing out. What I think is really important while you're creating your page for the Kickstarter is to show as much as possible. I know that I showed a couple of pages of the color pages so that I could tell people, hey, Celestial Post is turning color now. And just basically show a little bit of what the bookmark is and a little bit of what the trading cards is. And what I did was I gave a sneak peek of the bookmark, because when everybody turned it the other side and saw the other image, they were like, wow. So yeah, you want to show, but not too much, you know what I'm saying? Like, show the shoulder but not too much. And that will draw people in. People love the visuals. People love to see what you're doing. I did a video, and when I did the video, I talked about the story, what it is about. I gave pictures. I talked about the goals and, you know, all that extra stuff. And I did that in the last one, but that last one was a fail. And the new one, it worked really well, even though I basically did it over again and just do it, you know, unscripted, nothing, just do me. And it worked out really well. So I feel that that's very important. Show visuals, show your goals, what you're going to do with the money, just everything that if somebody was going into it, they want to know about, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody wants to know where their money is going, and you have to be very transparent. So I will say transparency is the best thing for your Kickstarter. Now, when it comes down to sitting there and watching your stuff grow, don't do it. Don't do it. You're gonna get anxiety. And I'm gonna tell you the truth, I caught anxiety and I wasn't too sure about it after I was done. I kind of turned me off from Kickstarter. I felt I don't know that feel. I don't know how to express the feeling or define what it is in a word, but it just felt like, I don't know, it just, I had the anxiety. And then when you see it hit a peak and then sometimes come down, you feel like a little of your self-confidence go down with that downness, you know? So it's not nice to watch it. Like, it is, but it ain't. And it gives me anxiety for sure, because I'm an artist and I'm very self-conscious about my work. Like, I know I don't portray it, but the reason why Celestial Post was started was because my husband, it was like, Vess, you need to do this. So that's the reason why it got started. And it wasn't me. It was basically him giving me that push. So I'm in the pool swimming, and and he pushed me in there. And you know, it just gave me that. Every time somebody, you know, they went ahead and they pledged, and they was like, oh, they rethink it, it went down. And I was like, oh, and my self-esteem went down. But the good part about it was towards the end, oh my God, I think towards the end we had like maybe 400. We jumped all the way to 700, and that was beyond me. It was awesome. Another thing you have to keep in mind with Kickstarter that not anybody knows about is the fact that if somebody did not update their card, or they did something with their card information, there could be people that go ahead and they click that they're gonna buy your item, and it'll make the mark, but it won't come out their bank account. And then sometimes they won't update or anything, and you won't see the full amount. So that's another thing you need to keep in mind with Kickstarter. People can back out once it gets funded, you know. So and not everybody knows about this. I don't think so, because I didn't even know about this. So, you know, just keep in mind that people can back out. And if you're saying, oh, I need $1,000, you might be seeing maybe 900 to 800, depending on if those people updated their card information, or you know, make sure that the money can go to you. And if they don't message you, or they don't see you or anything like that, and they do it and you don't make that mark, then you know, it's basically you have to stretch your dollar. It didn't happen to me. Thank God that my posts were it was my Kickstarter was 100% post funded. Hashtag post funded. So my babies, my post energy balls went ahead and they was able to they were able to get the books and stuff like that. So they were very dedicated and they kept their stuff updated, and that's what I appreciated it. But again, this happens to a lot of Kickstarters because I do Kickstarter a lot, and I don't do a lot of pages, but I do buy from other Kickstarters, and sometimes they'll be disappointed because some people didn't update the information and they backed out. So always keep that in mind when you're thinking about making your goals and what happens after. Another thing that I want to talk about that I think is really important is the fact that Kickstarter does take a chunk of money out. They take a certain percentage out of what you make. So when they take that fee, you're not going to get that automatic whatever goal that you made. So my goal was 500. I needed 4 to at least do reprints and print out book 5 as a pre-subscription for everybody. And I was able to do that because you know, that's how much I needed, and also print out the bookmarks and the trading cards, because the trading cards and the bookmarks wasn't that expensive. No lie, I spent like $20 on I think 100 bookmarks, and then I spent another 20 on, what was it, because I had 7, so 70 cards. So yes, for 70 cards I paid like maybe $50 for it, and that's because I looked around and stuff and I knew the exact amount I needed. And I also added a little bit more so that I can print a little bit more so I can sell at cons. So keep that in mind when you're, you know, thinking about doing your Kickstarter. To become a Kickstarter, you got to sign up. I know that you can sign up with your Facebook too if you wanted to, which is weird, but yeah, you can do it that way. For you to even join into the Kickstarter, you can do it as a guest, which is you do a one-time thing and you give all your information so that they can send it to you. And then another one is to do it as a Kickstarter, so you can sign up to Kickstarter and then, you know, go ahead and give your information and everything so that you can buy whatever you need to buy on Kickstarter. So yeah, guys, that's basically how the Kickstarter stuff works. Do not be discouraged because I caught anxiety. I feel like it's a great platform for people to build and get their product out there a little bit faster because it's like a pre-order thing. So I feel that that is awesome. And if you fail once or twice, do not stop what you're doing because you feel that nobody's gonna like it. For me, I felt like, oh man, nobody really likes it. But when I did take my stuff to conventions and people read it and was like, girl, you better stay honest. You know, you need to not lose heart over it, you know, because you're gonna grow your subscription base, you're gonna grow your fans for it, you're gonna grow people who want to support you, and they're gonna do it. Like I said, my Kickstarter was 100% post funded. Everybody in this channel post funded. So come on guys, you can do it. Don't worry about it if you fail once or twice. I failed once, and I just tried my best to give myself a break from Kickstarter before I did it again. So that was like that was 5 books ago that I did that one. So definitely keep that in mind. And you know, keep pursuing what you're doing and make sure that you think about the stuff that I have talked about, like when people back out at the last minute and the fees that they take out, and also look and see the prices of what you need and how you need to get it done for you to do it, and also give yourself a little bit, like $100 more or $200 more, just in case you just in case, because there'll be times where if somebody backs out, you know, you will have that little extra crash just in case, you know, if anything, because like I said, if one of them would have backed out, I know I made 700. So by the time Kickstarter took their fees, I only had like 640 something. So if somebody were to back out from the 500, I had that, extra to make that 500, like that 640 something to make that 500. So yes, always think about that part. And I know this is lengthy and it's too 20 minutes or more, but I just wanted to make sure that everybody's clear about it. How does it work? I feel like personally it's a great website to use if you're starting up. And please think about emails, think about promoting yourself, think about doing live streams about your product, and think about doing videos about your product before you do your Kickstarter so that you can branch out and be able to have a successful one. And if this is going to be your first Kickstarter, do what I say and trust me, it will work out very well. And make sure that you get your family interested, because not for nothing, I'm not gonna lie, my family and Justin's family, well, I call my family Justin's family, so my family, they did a lot for me for this, and then even after, they came back and they bought some books. So I thank my family, I thank my pulses and everything for that Kickstarter. That Kickstarter was amazing, even though I got anxiety. Wow, that was really mouthy. and and just very heavy informative. If you feel that it gave you some insight and you can do this, hit that like. And if you're here, you're new, you're like, thank you, Vess, I was thinking about doing a Kickstarter and you gave me all the information I needed, go ahead and hit that subscribe and become a post, become one of our family members. I continuously do things like this and art related content, and get that out there so that you guys know what an artist goes through. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching, sharing, telling a friend, and helping a friend. And remember, I stream every Fridays at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you be there so you can have fun with us and talk and stuff like that. Again, guys, have an amazing rest of the day. Bye-bye.